ladies and gentlemen of the greatest democracy money can buy, or in this case, can't buy, because the government's on lockdown, welcome to another episode of Caption America, where we decode the clown show in Washington with all the subtlety of a filibuster on Red Bull. It's day 36 of the 2025 government shutdown. That's right, folks, 36 days and counting, longer than the 2018 Trump tantrum over the border wall, which clocked in at a measly 35 days of essential personnel only misery. We've officially shattered the record for longest federal furlough in history. Who knew gridlock could become an Olympic sport? Now, let's meet the all-star cast of this tragic comedy. Over in the White House, we've got President Donald J. Trump, fresh off his 2024 victory lap, tweeting like it's 2019 all over again and demanding a clean bill or else. Because nothing says, drain the swamp, like threatening to nuke the filibuster. In the Senate, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's playing the role of the stubborn uncle at Thanksgiving, blocking every lifeline, while claiming it's for your own good. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is right there with him, tag-teaming the obstruction like a bad WWE reunion. On the GOP side, Senate Majority Leader John Thune and House Speaker Mike Johnson are passing clean resolutions faster than you can say budget hawks. But nope, not gonna happen. So our boy Chucky vetoed it 14 times in the upper chamber. Isn't it just precious how bipartisanship means my way or the highway? Here's a question for you, America. If this were a marriage, who would you blame for locking the kids out of the house? You gotta love a really good shutdown, just like a bad sequel that nobody asked for. Remember 1995? Newt Gingrich sulking because Clinton stiffed him on Air Force One, shutting things down for 21 days over Medicare and welfare reform. Or in 2013, when Ted Cruz read Dr. Seuss on the floor to filibuster Obamacare, gumming up the works for 16 days. Fast forward to 2018, Trump versus Pelosi, in a 35-day stare-down over wall funding, costing us $11 billion in lost productivity. And now, 2025's magnum opus, where Democrats, yes, the Democrats, are the ones playing chicken with the shutdown. Role reversal much? It's like watching the sequel, where the villains get a redemption, or just swap scripts. At the heart of it all, the continuing resolution is just Congress's favorite Band-Aid for their annual failure to adult. A clean CR? Oh, that's just temporary funding at last year's levels, no frills, no policy riders, no gimme that bridge to nowhere. Simple as apple pie, right? But historically, CRs are pork fiestas. Back in the day, both sides loaded them up like Christmas stockings. Democrats snuck in Boston's Big Dig a $24 billion highway reroute that buried a river under concrete because, why not? Republicans championed Alaska's infamous Bridge to Nowhere, a $398 million span to an island with 50 residents and 0 cars. Earmarks galore, special projects for donors, quid pro quos that make horse trading look honest. So tell me, viewers, if everyone was cool with stuffing CRs full of goodies back when it suited them, wise, clean, suddenly a 4-letter word now? Hypocrisy's a hell of a drug. Speaking of Chuck Schumer, let's give the man his due, or, in this case, undue, depending on your zip code. This guy's voting record on CRs is like a greatest hits album, 29 yes votes out of 30 over his career, including 13 straight under Biden's watch. He was the king of keep the lights on, rubber stamping stopgaps, faster than you can say filibuster. But rewind to March 2025. Schumer caves on a short-term spending bill to avert a mini shutdown, and oh boy, the backlash. Progressive Dems howled like he'd sold out to the big bad orange man, accusing him of folding too easy, letting Donald Trump off the hook. The left branding him as Chuck the Surrender Monkey. Fast forward to now, and Schumer's flipped the script. He's the shutdown samurai, sword out, for the healthcare crises. What are Schumer and Jeffries claiming this hostage drama's about? Oh, the humanity. They're wailing that Republicans are starving kids by not extending SNAP benefits to illegal immigrants, gutting rural hospitals, and letting the failing Obamacare subsidies expire, all while holding the country hostage over a clean bill. Noble, right? But peel back the onion, or in this case, should I say, the pork rind? And this time, they're actually digging in their heels for a laundry list of twisted Democrat priorities like reversing July 2025's Medicaid cuts Donald Trump signed into the big beautiful bill, pumping $320 million back into public broadcasting because apparently NPR needs that emergency facelift, and jacking up security funding to absurd levels. Who benefits? Low-income folks on ACA subsidies and SNAP, sure, but also rural clinics flush with cash, big media allies, and a whole ecosystem of left-leaning nonprofits slurping at the federal teat. Isn't it adorable how saving the democracy always lines up so neatly with donor wish lists? Ask yourself, if this is about the little guy, why does it feel like an invitation to a radical left fundraiser? Let's clarify the scorecard, shall we? For the record, the House GOP passed a clean CR, continuing Biden's 2025 levels, mind you, not some Trump fever dream of tax cuts and moats, and sent it to the Senate. What happened? Democrats said, "No way, Jose," 14 times. No amendments, no tweaks, just pure, unadulterated blockade. Blame? Oh, that's easy. It's on the Democratic caucus for turning a simple yes into performance art. They're not negotiating, they're filibustering the future. And this isn't Trump's budget, folks, it's a straight extension of Joe Biden's extravagant spending spree from last year, the one with all the Build Back Better confetti still settling. Trump's not even in the fiscal driver's seat yet, he's just the guy revving the engine while Dems jam the gears. But hey, what's a little obstruction without consequences? Adverse effects? Where do I start? Furloughed feds, 800,000 of them, twiddling thumbs while paychecks evaporate. National parks? Closed tighter than a politician's wallet, costing tourism $1 billion a week. SNAP benefits? Delayed for millions, leaving food banks scrambling as kids go hungry. Ironic, coming from the party of feed the children. Air Force readiness tanks? Small businesses choke on delayed loans, and veteran services? Glitchy as a Windows 95 reboot. Every no vote from Dems isn't based on principle, it's pain, purposely inflicted on the people they claim to champion. So, America, quick poll, when does fighting for healthcare cross over into screw the shutdown victims? So why is Schumer playing chicken with the apocalypse? Perceived reasons? Buckle up. 1. He's emboldened by Dem sweeps in recent off-year elections. Think, we won, so you lose. 2. It's payback for that March backlash. No more Mr. Nice Chuck, he's channeling his inner filibuster split personality to prove he's tough on Trump. 3. Deep down? It's leverage, force concessions on healthcare before the midterms heat up, because nothing bonds a base like a good old shutdown grudge match. And don't get me started on the House rules. See our sail through with simple majorities there, but the Senate's supermajority cloture fetish, that 60-vote hurdle, turns every bill into a Hunger Games audition. Enter the nuclear option, Trump's latest tweet storm, urging GOP senators to blow up the filibuster, drop it to 51 votes, and ram through funding like it's a Supreme Court confirmation. Thune's noping it for now, but whispers say it's on the table. Because why fix the leaky roof when you can burn the house down? Tell me, patriots, is nuking 200 years of Senate tradition the adult move, or just Trump's idea of foreplay? Phew, that's the red pill rundown, dripping with the sarcasm this circus deserves. But fair's fair, liberals, you've got the mic. What's the real skinny? Is this shutdown heroism against Trump's hostage-taking, or just another round of my priorities or bust? Spill, how do ACA subsidies justify starving national parks? Does healthcare crisis excuse 14 no's on a Biden budget lifeline? We're all ears, no snark, I promise. Let's have that conversation.